comedian and actress Chelsea Handler made a video talking about the fact that she chose not to have children. She aborted her children instead. And I'm actually going to let you watch this video. Obviously, a little warning here. It's graphic. There's some profanity, but you have to get the idea of what she's saying in order for us to properly respond to it. So take a look.
This is a day in the life of a childless woman. I wake up at 6 a.m. I remember that I have no kids to take to school, so I take an edible, masturbate, and go back to sleep. I wake up at 12:30 p.m. and get ready for a busy day of doing whatever the I feel like. I put on my most impractical and stylish shoes since I won't be chasing a child around the grocery store. I go to my fave spot in Paris to grab a croissant. I do a meditation sesh on the plane since I have no screaming kids, allowing me all the time in the world to become enlightened. The weightlessness of my existence has granted me superhuman powers. I teleport myself back home. Then I get ready for a night out with whatever hot guy I met on Raya that morning. I call up a babysitter and tell her that I don't need her since I still don't have kids. Now it's time for a workout, so I hit Mount Everest for a quick climb. I invent a time machine, go back in time, and kill Hitler. Freeze, you bastard! It's amazing what you can do when you have this much free time. And that's a day in the life of a childless woman.
Okay, so yes, I use the term comedian loosely. I have a few practical comments on this because it has gone so wildly viral. And then I'd like to share with you a philosophical thought that I had about the ideology behind this fairly recent push, this anti-natalism push. So first of all, when I watch this video, I know that there are a lot of response videos that are very angry at Chelsea Handler, that are insulting her, and I don't feel that anger towards her. I actually feel very sad for her because her existence seems extremely, extremely empty. I would not trade my beautiful, sweet, wonderful daughter for the so-called self-love that Chelsea Handler is offering for anything in the world. Because you know what? Self-love, the way that Chelsea Handler describes it, is fake. It's empty. It's nothing. It's just vapor in the wind. It's materialism. It's self-idolatry. And you compare that to the tiny, precious, eternal soul that I'm shepherding in my daughter. That's real love. And that's incomparable to any kind of materialism or experience that Chelsea Handler is talking about. It's also, by the way, part of this I just didn't get when she's talking about essentially insinuating that you can't have an adventurous life if you have a child, and that women have to choose between having children and doing fun things. And I find this to be very misogynistic. This is a very anti-woman message, right? To say that, oh, you can't have children and do fun things. You're not able, you don't have the ability, the capacity to do both. That's very misogynistic. And I also just don't get this. My daughter just turned 2 and she's already been on over 100 flights. I take her everywhere. It doesn't slow me down at all. So I don't understand this. I think it's because she doesn't have the comparison. She doesn't know what she's missing. She's pretending to make a choice fully informed, but she's not fully informed because she's never been a mom. She doesn't know what it actually means and what you can actually still do. She's just falling for the propaganda from those who are ideologically anti-human and anti-child. We'll get to that part in a minute. But just a surface level thing that I wanted to point out, that I have no idea what she's talking about. You certainly can have a child and be adventurous. She's also conflating gratification with joy and fulfillment. And gratification is not the same thing as joy and fulfillment. Gratification might be a fleeting pleasure, but you seek gratification to fill some kind of emptiness, to fill a void. That's not what joy is. That's not what fulfillment is. You seek gratification to fill a void because you aren't happy. And the entire point of this little campaign, this little anti-child campaign that she's on, is to try to prove to us that she's happy because she doesn't have children. But you don't abuse yourself with drugs and sex toys if you're fulfilled.